We are looking at the Nvidia chart on a daily time frame. Now, by looking at the daily chart, we have a growth fractal right here. Okay, very common. It's the bottom, and here's the top. Now, that indicates a turn in the market. How high? We don't know until we go to another time frame to look at the other fractals within the structure here. I want to draw your attention to the form here. What do we call that? We call that a slider. It is a growth fractal. You have the bottom here, you have the top here. We broke out. Okay? Growth fractal, growth fractal. The stock, I would think, will turn higher. If you look at the all-time high there, 950, we're attempting to go above that. Okay, that's on a daily time frame. Now, within the larger time frame, we have a hierarchy of fractals. And what we're attempting to do is identify the fractals. So, fortunately, on the chart here, it's a daily chart, we're going to go and scan all these time frames to find a better picture of what the stock's going to do. And fortunately, on the 1 hour time frame, okay, we have, there's the top there, okay. I can't cover all of them, but we'll do most of them. All right, there we go. Now, the fractals are in the fractals here. Okay, so if you're trading, you're trying to time the market, you have to look at the different time frames. On Nvidia, the fractals are pretty clear. Okay, sometimes you have to go to the 30-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame, the 1 hour time frame. You have to toggle in between the time frames. Okay, a good example here would be Nvidia on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, briefly, here we have a growth fractal, 7 down. Okay, here we have a growth fractal, 7 down. However, it reversed here, meaning a trend is broken and it goes down. How far will it go down? Well, actually, we have another growth uh, fractal right here, which I just discovered. Okay, that's a growth fractal. Okay. So you have a reversal here. 874. How far will it go? Well, it went to 757. That's a growth fractal. Now, as we go along here, what happened here? We have another growth fractal appearing. Okay, at 81, meaning the trend is up. Okay, so we go from 84 and we wait until another fractal discovery appears, and we have one here. Now we have a nested decaying fractal here. It's a fractal within a fractal. And this fractal here, the trend is down, okay, until we find another fractal. We found one over here. That's a growth fractal, meaning the trend is up. And then we have another growth fractal, meaning the trend is up. Okay, so we have two fractals going up. I like to mention, okay, one, the fractal here, nested growth fractal, is identical to the fractal here. Nested growth fractal. Fractals appear in two forms. As a standalone fractal, meaning it's a structure all by itself, like this one here. Okay. However, you will get a fractal within another fractal, for example, over here, which is kind of nested. So you have to kind of be a detective on looking for the forms here. But the point I want to make today is that when you identify the fractals, you have to go to a time frame that will display the clear fractals for you. Okay. So if we look at this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the growth fractal. Actually, all you have to do during a week, all right, on any chart or any market, wait for the particular form to appear. That's all you have to do. Okay. Um, it may appear on Monday. It may appear on Tuesday. It may appear on Friday. It may appear on the 5-minute chart. It may appear on the 4-minute chart. It may appear on the 2-hour chart. Okay. So if you're new to trading fractals, simply wait for a clearly defined 7 down here. Okay. That's the point that you can expect the market to trend up. Okay. And this one here, here's the growth factor 2, semi-quasi, meaning ideally we have a long leg down, then a dip, and a dip. Okay. Now here we had a dip and a dip, but the last dip was kind of short. That's a semi-quasi fractal. Okay. It's not a regular standalone fractal where you have a long dip, okay, and then a smaller dip, and then an equal smaller dip. Okay, that's the key. It's called semi-quasi. Fractals are not always exact. They're similar, number one. Number two, semi-quasi. Okay, it's an art form. Let's take a look at another fractal here to give you a better picture. Okay, now this one here, okay, standalone fractal, 7 down. Okay. Now, at times, you have to scale the chart in order to see the fractals, okay? But that's definitely a 7 down, okay? Meaning that's the bottom. It's going to change the trend here. If I had a smaller chart, I could probably identify this more clearly. This one here, very typical. Okay, uh, nested fractal within a fractal, and let's see, decaying fractal there. Okay, and you wait for another fractal to appear, and they indicate your turning points. Okay. Now we have another growth fractal appearing here all by itself. Okay. We have a little dip, equal leg, meaning the trend is going to change from decay to growth. Okay, which it did. However, the market decided to go into decay when it broke the bottom there. Okay. And then another growth fractal appeared here. Okay, meaning the trend now is going to be up. And then recently, we had another 7 down here. That's a growth fractal, meaning the trend is going to be up. Okay. So for earnings right now, we have a couple growth fractals indicating the market's going to go up. Currently, um, on Friday and Thursday, we have nothing clear here. If that's the case, you stay with the growth fractals here, meaning we'll probably see higher prices. Okay. Now, fractals were discovered rather, back in the 1980s. Okay. So this is all new. Everything you learned before, right? You can add this to your arsenal in order to trade the market. Um, Everything you learned that can help, but we're in a new era right now. Okay, it's going to take time to learn the forms. Fractals are a visual manifestation of chaos theory. Okay, it was created by Mandelbrot, and I've put together all the fractals in order to indicate the turns in the market. Again, you can apply it. You apply it to any market. Okay, you're gonna find it forums all the time. Guaranteed, guaranteed, guaranteed. Let me repeat that. Guaranteed, guaranteed, guaranteed. All right. You know when fractal is going to grow, or if it begins to decay on the growth fractal, that's called a reversal. All right. What we're looking at growing fractals and decaying fractals. And all you have to do, you get up in the morning. You don't need any rulers or calculations. Look at the chart. Okay. Look at the chart. Look at the picture. All you have to do, look at the picture. The seven down is beautiful, right? So if you're not sure about a particular fractal, wait until a clear one develops, like a seven down, and then you're ready to go. And how do you know if it's not going to work? Well, you break the channel, the growing fractal is now going to decay. All right. And if you're long here, you exit, okay, or you can flip, okay, depending on your trading style. But again, you're looking at here's a seven down here, seven down here. Identical if you take both of the pictures here and put them side by side, they're identical. So this one is saying, well, you hit seven down, we're going to begin to grow. We hit seven down here, we're going to begin to grow. So right now, for Nvidia earnings, everything's positive. Okay, as of now. Now, what's going to happen on Monday? We don't know until we find another fractal. Now, we may find a growth fractal or decaying fractal on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, not necessarily. You have to examine all the time frames on the grid, going from 5 minutes to 4 hour, daily, weekly, quarterly. Okay, you have to examine all of them because the fractals are going to appear on a particular time frame, and that's why you have photography time behind the time frames. But Nvidia is following a pretty good path on the 1 hour time frame here. Again, we have a fractal, 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 a fractal, a fractal. None yet here. Um, Semi-quasi, not anything there really. Again, you want to find, if you're new, you want to find something like this here, okay? And that be your clear bet. If you're day trading, the fractals are here. Generally, rule of thumb, good idea, trade maybe 3 times a week. I'm a day trader. I'm trading every hour. I'm providing setups. If you don't like the setup, you're not comfortable with it, let it go. Wait until the 3 days in a week appear until you find a clear fractal. Okay. The reason I day trade because I'm looking for additional fractals. Okay. This is the original work. No one does this. I mean, no one. Let me repeat that. No one. Okay. And it does work. You know it does. Um, Sometimes you get a point or two. Sometimes you get 10, 20, 70 points, which we've done. Okay. It's all a question of probability. All right. But if you're managing the stops, because you know the top and the bottom, you know when you're going to be right, you know when you're going to be wrong. You flip, you cover. Um, let's see, do we have anything else here? I think that's about it for NVIDIA. So again, I wanted to explain the idea of the hierarchy. If you look at the daily, you're not going to find too much. Okay, again, let's go to the daily here. Looking at daily, uh, you don't know what's going to happen there. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to go to the smaller time frames to get a better picture of the fractals within the fractals. Trying to see if we can find anything else here. And that's about it. All right. So the thought for today is that Wait until you find a clearly defined picture. All right. Then you know how to manage your trade, and you're looking at the hierarchy. You have a large fractal, you have a smaller fractal, a smaller fractal, smaller fractal. Okay. Are they organized? No. Fractals are part of chaos theory. There is no order to chaos, period. Okay. So if you attempt then to match all these in some type of order, it's not possible. You cannot do it. All right. You have to map the market. Don't make the market meet fit a map. There are no maps to the market. Okay, you know that. The only thing we can do, we map the market and act accordingly. 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 We don't make the market to fit a map. Okay, fractals resolve chaos. In chaos, you have no order. Okay, there's chaos all over the world, behavior, weather, you name it, it's all chaos. We'll find out what happens tonight, Monday. But keep your eye on Nvidia. As of now, the trend is up until until we find another fractal, right? And I would be looking for a fractal, a growth fractal, pointing up because these other fractals um, began to trend up. So I would probably want to be bullish on Nvidia, but we have to find a fractal somewhere in this area here. Okay, there you go. Hank Wernicke signing off.